Well, I won.
Well done. Congratulations.
Did you have that in the sweepstake, Daz? 2 minutes 44.
Yeah.
Right, well done, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, the only reason I wanted to, well, not the only reason. One of the reasons I wanted to mention it was because I had to make 6 changes in the final week. So the winning quarterback of our fantasy is Joshua Dobbs.
It's,
Very fitting.
It was quite a challenge trying to think of, right, who the fuck's going to play? Because I think I was playing Tomo and he had Josh Allen as his quarterback. Now, in any other day of the week, that's a win all day round, but of course he got none. And Bo Nix for me scored 70-odd points, so that was nice. Against no defense, I think.
Or any team there at all.
Yeah.
It was. I always think it's such a shame for the fantasy leagues that this happens every year. There's always teams who kind of get ruined, because of people getting rested. I had all my the glory triangle, as it's known, of Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Puka Nacua. Yeah, they were all left out. So I was like, oh, fuck. I was saved by the other team being.
Some of the other leagues that I was in, it ended in week 17. So how do they get to do that, but we didn't?
You can do, but the way ours worked out is I wanted everyone to play everyone, and then have the playoffs.
Right, I see what you mean.
So that would have been that would have took 18 weeks.
Well, next year I think we can cut a bit of dead wood.
12.
Yeah,
12 teams
14,
next year.
12 or 14. Ideally 12.
So Brian's gone, community team's gone, sorted.
Review of last week's games.
Enough about bumming in wimpy toilets. Let's go on. Let's go on to week 18. Browns 10, Ravens 35. This was never going to be anything other than a comfortable Ravens win. They did need the win. They needed to win it to guarantee third seed and the division, but playing the Browns, this was never in doubt, was it? It was a question of how many runs Derrick Henry was going to get, wasn't it?
Yeah. Although it was held quite sufficiently, wasn't it, until third, fourth quarter. Then he just broke out, didn't he? Third and fourth.
Was he
if he'd had a better first half, he could have actually challenged Saquon's
I agree.
season record.
Was he one of these players that was like within touching distance of a milestone or a contract payout?
Got everyone like that last game.
Yeah, it seemed that way. Yeah,
I'm guessing his next bonus would have been 2,000 yards.
And what did he end up on?
He got on 1920 or something like that. But that was with like 170 yards or whatever he got in that game. Yeah. So it would have taken another 100 for him to catch Saquon. But normally they do it in those increments. So it'd be like 1,000 yards, then 1,500, and then it would be 2,000 would have been his next one. But I'm guessing he did fairly well out of it anyway.
So it was 1,921. I think it's his second best.
Oh, 1 out. Not bad. Not a bad guess.
I'll tell you what, I think he went to the Ravens quite cheap as well. I don't think on a mega contract. A lot of bonuses.
It was famously cheap because he was trying to make himself available so Dallas would take him.
That's right.
And they turned him down because their running game was just so good that they didn't need Derrick Henry this year. I listened to our prediction episode again because it's all right. You can look at it on the page and it says who we've chosen, but it doesn't say what our reasonings for why we've gone for that. It turns out our reasonings make us sound even worse than just our predictions.
It's what you call a hot take.
In the week, the dead week in between the championship games and the Super Bowl, I reckon we should do like a commentary on that episode where we listen back to what we said at the start of the season and hear how shit we are.
No, I don't think we should.
The Ravens win essentially made Bengals Steelers a dead rubber. But the Bengals won, and I know this isn't the time or place on the eve of the playoffs to slag off your starting quarterback, but Russell Wilson. We've got about 40 seconds left in the game. We need to get 20 yards to get into field goal range. We have got 2 timeouts. What does he do?
Bottle it.
He runs forward 2 yards and just takes the tackle. So not only do we lose a down, we also lose a timeout. We lose time off the clock, and we've done fuck all to actually help us with that timeout that we can use to throw into the middle of the pitch on a later down. That's gone now because we still need to keep one back to kick a field goal. And then next play, what's he do? Throw it into the fucking middle of the field.
So is that just him being shite?
You think he's had the experience for this?
These are rookie mistakes, right? If JD Cunt did this, you'd go, fair enough. He's a rookie.
Yeah,
you know, he'll learn to be better than that. Russell Wilson's been playing. This is his 13th season, I think, in the league, and he's still doing shit like that. I mean, I think I may have shouted cunt at the TV.
At least that sounds that you're not bitter, which is not too bad.
I mentioned in Discord, I went, has any team ever benched their quarterback in between the end of the regular season and start of the playoffs? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll take Mason Rudolph back at the moment. We've got even if we can stop a team from playing, and we held one of the best offenses in the league there to 19 points and put ourselves in a position to win that game. I don't have any faith in us whatsoever being able to put enough points up to beat the Ravens, even if we stop their offense.
What's your record for the last 5 games?
1-4?
1-4. Yeah, I didn't think it was great.
You did actually say sort of early on in the season that you needed to get as many wins as you could because of the way that your schedule ended. So
I did say there's every chance that we could lose our last 4 games.
Yeah.
And we have. But 2 of them we got whooped in. The other 2, we were in a position where we could have won and didn't take it. And both of those were on Russell Wilson. So
yeah, I think just off the back of that, I think he might struggle to retain his place at the Steelers next season. Someone will take him, but maybe not the Steelers now.
No, and I think the fans are starting to turn as well, which is good.
Yeah, about time, isn't it?
Come on, lads, catch up. I've been slagging him off for months. Anyway, we've got to have a word about the Bengals, who
yes, we have.
Finished with a winning record, despite their defense being absolutely rotten all season. Joe Burrow, most passing yards. Jamar Chase, most receiving yards, most touchdowns, most catches. I think he got the triple, didn't he?
Yeah, they had a good run, but they talk about sliding doors moment. That week 1 result against the Patriots. So if they'd have won that game, they'd have been in the playoffs. New England would have had first pick. I'd
say a shock contender for one of the most entertaining games of the season. Panthers 44, Falcons 38. Panthers had fuck all to play for. And yeah, well, you say pride, but also I think they got an eye on next season and there's a little bit of momentum kicking in there. This was a really good game because the Falcons, until very late on, knew that if they won this game that they were going to go into the playoffs because the Bucs were losing for a lot of this. But the Panthers just overpowered them. They were really good. Are they a sleeper for next season already, the Panthers?
They finished with 5 wins, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah, one off my prediction.
Your prediction was 6 wins.
6, yeah. I think they've got a team there capable of causing upsets and surprises. But I think the biggest downside of Falcons, which didn't know what started the season, was actually signing Kirk Cousins. I think that's cost a lot because he would have cost a lot in, as we know, in cap, and they could have put that. We could have basically started Penix and spent that money elsewhere.
It was whatever they did. Whoever was going to be quarterback for them this season, what they did last summer or end of last season makes no sense at all.
No.
The fact that they've ended up by benching the guy that's going to cost them 100 million regardless is just showing how stupid it was what they did. you get the big contract quarterback, or you take the top 10 pick quarterback. You don't do both in the same.
You know, Kirk Cousins has gone there. Yeah, he was injured at the time and stuff. But how does he feel when they're picking Penix? I think what number did he go? 8 or something like that.
8.
Yeah, and you must think, well, why have they gone for him?
Well, one of those was going to, for the moment they did that, one of those things that they did was going to be a bad decision.
Yeah.
So it's made less sense as the season's gone on, that decision they made. We can talk Panthers though, and end of last season, everyone was saying, "Oh, Texans did well choosing Stroud over Bryce Young." Who would you take at the moment if you had to choose one of
No
those?
doubt about it. I think since he's come back from that benching, Bryce Young's been outstanding.
Yeah, there's no quarterbacks out there this season for the draft. Like anyone relying on a NFL-ready quarterback this draft are wrong. They won't get one.
Yeah, but they'll still go.
Oh,
It doesn't matter whether they're ready
go.
or not. They out of desperation, they all just take the highest ranked quarterback too early.
Yeah,
And
but I
playing.
said last season I didn't say anything last season. Last week I did say,
I bet you said shitloads last season.
but I did say last week. I think there's so many free agent quarterbacks that are out of contract end of this season.
Yeah, but they're not good. Darnold.
Well, there are Sam Darnolds out there.
And then after that, you're looking at unproven ones or ones who are looking past it.
No, Rilson.
Yeah, well, I know which category he falls into.
I think Geno Smith's out of contract, isn't he?
I think he is as well, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Seahawks re-signed him. Commanders 23, Cowboys 19. Brian went to see the Cowboys lose.
It makes a change to see them live and lose rather than just watch it every week.
Yeah,
on TV.
he's normally watching on telly. Yeah, that's what makes all the difference.
And he did say to me that the Commanders fans are all right. I said, yeah, they are. They're not bigots like bloody Cowboys fans.
I didn't see it. Was it a good game? Was it a deserved win?
No, it was dreadful. It was basically JD5 came in, went out. But I tell you, who played well. I tell you who will do well next season. I think he's only a 1-year contract with us, and that's Marcus Mariota. And I think he could still have a starting job, Marcus Mariota.
What did he
Wasn't
come
he
in
like
for?
number 1 or number 2 pick? He was like 10 years ago, but he was.
Yeah, there was him and Jameis Winston, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were 1 and 2.
What did he come in for? Like, was Daniels injured or something?
No, that's it. That's it, right? You've done a series.
End of season, isn't it? They were already in the playoffs.
Yeah.
No, nothing to play for against shit opposition. So
yeah,
kind of.
They wanted to win, obviously, because we wanted to remain the 6th seed, and we didn't have to play Eagles. The big chances we were going to be playing the Rams, but obviously it's turned out we're playing now the Bucks.
It kind of worked out all right in the Packers game with Jay Love going out.
Yeah,
right at the start, because as soon as that happened, you go, "Oh, right, Packers probably won't win this now," and that meant you could not say tank in that game, but you knew that even if you lost, chances are you were going to still be not the 7th seed. So it worked out quite well.
We have Zach Ertz, and we had him for a 1-year contract. I know he's knocking on and everything. He's old, he has injuries and stuff, but I tell you what, for a situational tight end, he still catches it, produces the goods. No legs there now. He usually catches it, turns and falls down.
Yeah, but you don't want huge yards after the catch from a tight end. That's not what they're built for.
You're absolutely right. He's secure. His hands are usually good.
He'll get if Washington don't sign him, he'll get a gig somewhere if he wants it.
Yeah, I think he will as well.
Cowboys finished 7-10, which is surprising because I'm sure someone told me they were going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
can't remember where I heard that, but it was definitely mentioned to me. Yeah, well, and also the Bears are on a winning run now because they beat the Packers 24-22.
Can you call it a run at 1?
Well, they'll be unbeaten in 8 months when they next play. So,
Yeah, fair.
They're
The
unbeaten in 2025.
Yeah.
yeah, now I think that there is an asterisk against this game. Love and Wilson both. But Love and Wilson, the most Beach Boys team are the Packers. They both got injured very early on in this game, so I don't think Jay Love's is that bad. But I think as a precaution, they took him out. Wilson will. I think he's proper injured, so he's probably out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Anyway. But I think they just kind of went, yeah, we're not taking any more risks in this game.
Yeah, got to save those
Yeah,
good
there's not need for
vibrations
risk,
for the
is there?
playoffs. Daz, you talked over my fucking joke there. Come on.
Sorry, go on, say it
whoa,
again.
hang on a sec. Hang on. Look, we'll take a clean run up at it so Edgy
Yeah,
can
go
do
on.
his joke. Right, okay.
No shit.
Sorry.
Yeah, I can see why. they took
Jags
that.
at Colts, 23-26.
Jags are shit.
Sorry, I won't do that again, I promise.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah, so Packers, the 7th seed, will be facing the Eagles in the wild card.
Hey, listen,
They probably didn't want that.
Yeah, they beat an NFC West team, East team last season in Dallas. So they probably think, hey, we can do it against Philadelphia this season.
Yeah, but Dallas
Maybe.
and Philly are completely opposite ends of the spectrum, aren't they?
Well, I think Dallas did actually all right last season. And they went in there, everyone thought Dallas would walk over.
They were heavy
Packers.
favourites last year. And
Oh,
then
were
got
they?
absolutely
Yeah.
humiliated by the Packers.
Oh, that was that why it
The
was even
Packers
funnier?
just the Packers only just crept into the play. I mean, this year they were guaranteed playoffs a few weeks ago, but last year they just crept in at the end.
Yeah, that was a massive shock for him to go on and beat Dallas, let alone score so many against Dallas.
Not only was it a massive shock, it was fucking hilarious.
Oh, it was.
It really was. Let's not talk about the Jags 23, Colts 26, because there's nothing to say.
No.
There does seem to have been a lot of coach movements and sackings and whatnot.
Black Monday. They call it Black
So,
Monday.
well, that was the question. Is that usual? Is it a higher
Yeah.
volume than normal this year, or is this pretty much standard?
It's bad normal,
Right.
I think.
Okay. So
Although
the
this year
Monday
there's been a
after
lot
the
more
last
shitty
game-
things.
The Monday after the last game of the season,
Yeah.
that's where you sort of check your inbox.
So how many have got fired during the season? I know the Bears got rid of theirs.
Saints.
Jets.
Jets, of course.
Bills, Patriots, we can gloss over this one as well. Bills put out their team who, I mean,
Put the kids out.
they literally put a team out to lose, but then went, we'll probably still win this because we're playing the Patriots, who are also trying to lose, but the Patriots actually were trying.
Inexplicably.
Yeah, they really were.
So getting rid of the coach, do you think that was the right approach to bin him?
You think?
I
think,
don't.
yeah.
I think they made the wrong choice last year when they appointed him.
Yeah,
But I
especially
think
when
once
Vrabel, like I said, was available.
Yeah, but once they've given him the gig and he's had a season and he's brought Drake May in the second half of the season, who looks good, I don't think it's that good a move to have got rid of him. I think it was the wrong appointment to start with, but I don't think he deserved to be canned. Was there anything riding on the Giants at Eagles? Eagles were already second seed, weren't they? No matter what.
Yeah. They rest a lot of players.
Yeah, and see the Giants. This is how you do it. You play against the team's reserves, and you still suck. That's what the Giants do. 3-win season for the Giants, and that's probably more than they deserve.
Is it the right decision to have not played Barkley, even though he was close to a record, wasn't he? And quite possibly could have got it.
I would have let him start, and the way he's been played, he could have broke that record in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Then take him out of the game.
So the argument is that the position he plays, it only takes one bad tackle, and he's
but the first snap in the playoffs, he could get injured as well.
Yeah, true.
You can't. you can't coach with that level of cowardice. I think just being overly concerned about injuries more than anything else. This okay, it's a 17 game season instead, but it's still a record that's stood for ages. And for someone to get this close to it, you'd want to give them a chance to beat it. Saints 19, Bucks 27. Bucks into the playoffs as divisional winners. This was closer than a lot of people predicted, with the Freezer playing for the Saints.
Given that Tampa Bay needed to win to go in, didn't they, or to win the league, win the division?
Well, it turns out they didn't.
No, but they didn't know that, I guess.
Yeah,
I think
they were
was a lot
winning in.
closer than I thought it was going to be, particularly against a really shite New Orleans team. But the biggest headlines, obviously, the Mike Evans yardage thing, which is phenomenal feat, really. Is it 11 seasons now?
11 consecutive seasons, and it equals a record set by Jerry Rice. And if you're sharing records with Jerry Rice, you're doing something right.
I've heard of him, so he must be good.
He's the greatest wide receiver there has ever been, and pretty much everyone agrees.
That's so true.
There's one question. In terms of the actual yardage itself, how far is he? How does he compare against Rice? Yeah,
I'm not sure. I know he had a couple of really big years, maybe 1,500 years. But he's probably been around 1,000, 1,100 most of the time.
When did the 17-week season come in?
After Jerry Rice played.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's what Eric Dickerson were going mad about, weren't he? His running record. I did it over 16 and started whinging all the time.
22,895 for Rice.
Well, it's like the Brock Bowers one, though, isn't it? Where he broke Mike Ditka's record, but 3 games extra.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't
compare
different eras.
Hang on. So Evans is currently on 12,691. Fucking hell, then. So Rice has got 22,895.
Yeah,
that's insane.
He was really good for ages.
Yeah. Who's second on that? Edgy on all time.
Time receiving.
Trying to think of somewhere. Is this some? I wonder where someone like Larry Fitzgerald might be on it, because he's.
I was just going to say it's an Arizona Cardinal.
Is it Larry?
Larry Fitzgerald, yeah.
Yeah, he was playing for years, wasn't he?
16 years, only at the Cardinals.
Yeah.
But the gap between the two, when did Jerry Rice? 1985 to 2004. So what's that? 19 years. He did play a bit longer. So Jerry Rice, 22,895. Larry Fitzgerald, 17,492. So he's 5,000 yards. That's incredible.
Yeah. As a matter of interest, is Calvin Harrison Johnson in any of these? Because he didn't seem to have a long career, but he seemed to do well.
I don't think he had a long enough career to put up that sort of numbers.
Well, to be fair, Calvin Johnson, he's listed as the Lions from 2007 to 2015, so 8 years.
Yeah.
11,600 yards. He's 35th. Well, that's not bad, but yeah, he probably didn't play long enough.
Great player.
So in the top 20, there are 3 players. Sorry, top 31. There are 3 players currently playing. We mentioned obviously Mike Evans.
Yeah.
There's one above him.
Who's playing now?
Yep.
Are they all wide receivers?
Yep. No, one's tight end.
I've got to say
Kelsey. Yeah, he's 31st. And then this receiver plays on the same team.
Oh, Hopkins.
Oh, yeah, good shout.
So those figures, there's another table here for postseason receiving yards. So that doesn't count that then?
No, that's regular season.
Look, so Jerry Rice has got another 2,200 in the postseason.
Yeah, you know earlier when I said he was really good?
Yeah.
He was really good.
So who did he play for?
49ers.
So they
Raiders
were really
at the end as well.
Yeah. And the Seahawks, apparently.
Yeah, when you've got Joe Montana and Steve Young throwing ball to you.
He got to the Super Bowl, I think, with the Raiders right at the arse end of his career.
Do you know,
I think so. Maybe 2002 when they lost to the Bucks. I've got a feeling he was playing for the Raiders.
Second on the list for most postseason yards receiving.
Is that Kelsey?
It is Kelsey, yeah. There's another question I had as well about playoff. Sorry, I know this is, but
We won't have it.
so with the Lions beating who did the Lions beat? Minnesota.
Minnesota.
So Minnesota, although their season was what 14-3, they are fifth seed. How does that seem fair? Where
Because it is.
well, it's not though, is it?
They didn't win their division. They're
No,
a
I know,
wild card
but
team.
it still seems very unfair that that team, albeit were it not for the Lions, they'd have been first seed. They won 14 games where somebody that's won the division, who won the division? So Tampa Bay, what was their record?
10-7.
10-7. So won 4 games more and don't get to.
But they get to play a team who are clearly worse than them. That's the
Well-
benefit of being the highest ranked wildcard team.
Say that again. So Minnesota get to play.
They get to play as the best wildcard team. They get to play the worst divisional winner.
Okay, so that worst divisional winner could be the team that's got like 8 or 9 wins.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that balances it out. Don't get home field
It was
advantage.
like the season where Washington won the NFC East with 7 and 9.
Yeah, it was only a few
And
years ago.
we went in.
Fucking hell,
Yeah,
man.
it happens not all the time, but I'd say once every 2 or 3 years, there's a team in the playoffs with a losing record.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's
But-
a team there with a really good winning record losing out.
Yeah, but also things that aren't taken into account is things like strength of schedule and stuff like that with your winnings. So there's no perfect way of doing it, but the top 4 seeds are the 4 divisional winners, and I think that's
Yeah.
it's not like you can make the playoff rules up halfway through the season. Win your division, you're going to have a home playoff game. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And the Vikings, if they wanted to be top seed, they could have won their last game, and they would have been.
Which is fine unless you're playing the Detroit Lions.
But yeah, but it's not like they didn't have the opportunity, is it? They had 1 game left. If they won that last game, they get a bye week and number 1 seed, and they didn't win that game. So
Yeah.
regardless of who the opposition is, I think it's fine how it is. It's always going to happen where a wild card's got a better record than a divisional winner, but you've got to have the rules set somehow, haven't you? Right, what on earth were we talking
I
about?
have no idea where we're up to now. Tampa
Texans
Bay.
23,
Yeah.
Titans 14. Shall we skip this?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. 49ers 24. Oh, we might as well talk about the Cardinals because their first good result since Edgy started supporting them.
Yes. Very happy with that. albeit with the fact
47-24.
that the 49ers obviously have got massive injuries and whatnot. But yeah, he played very well. Very good with that.
I can't say I saw that. On Red Zone, they barely paid attention to any of the games that had nothing riding on them. So they might show like a touchdown, but that's it.
Yeah.
You
Well, you
couldn't,
wouldn't, would
they
you?
weren't showing anything else.
Any standouts there, Edgy, on cards?
Obviously, Kyler Murray did superb, and he has been confirmed. that he's
McBride, 2 touchdowns in a row,
yeah, well, he's not scored any all season, and then
he gets 2 in the last 2 games.
Yeah, yeah. There was somebody.
Sorry, Edgy. This is a little NFL joke. He's going to take over Jerome Bettis's nickname. You wait all season for a touchdown. You wait all season for a touchdown, and these 2 come at once.
Jerome Bettis' nickname was the Bus, Edgy.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for explaining it.
But either with that explanation, it's still a shit joke.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I get it, but yeah. well
Now
done.
it's a shit joke with context.
Yeah. So Murray he's definitely going to be sort of staying there. So happy with that. Optimistic, I think, from what I can gather.
What do you think's gone wrong with the Cardinals? Just that we're just too inconsistent at times.
Well, we called it very early on, didn't they? They were sort of the ultimate roller coaster. They just couldn't sort of put good performances back to back, or if they did, they then put 2 poor performances back to back. I think the defense definitely needs a lot of work. perhaps
Bubba Baker being a standout, I think.
he's the only one I've heard of. So yeah, that probably makes sense.
I think they might need to beef up the O-line a bit as well.
The O-line, I think, is what's favoured as them going into the draft for, which will help out the running game with Connor is sort of non-existent at times. He does his best, but yeah, I think that's the way to go. But nice win to end the season, obviously against divisional rivals. Take that all day long.
Yeah, I think with the Cards, I think if Connor's having a good game, the Cardinals usually have a good game.
You got to reduce his workload, though.
Yeah.
He's the only one they've got. If they had like a tandem, like the Lions have had most of the season, just someone to take the pressure off him a bit, then I think they'd have quite a good running game there. But it's all him.
Who was the rookie running back? Was it Benson?
I'm
Trey
not
Benson.
sure, to be fair.
Trey Bentos.
Frey Bentos is running back. Yeah,
he came in. He sort of played the third downs a lot, and he looked very good, but obviously doesn't get a lot of snaps. So,
Chiefs 0, Broncos 38.
Shambles.
I obviously disapprove about what happened in this game, but Broncos over the course of the season, I think it's good to see them back in the postseason because it's been a while, and the improvements they've made this year, I think they deserve it.
Can I just say with Drake, not Drake May, obviously it's Bo Nix. You look at his stats, fantastic, but for me, you take them with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, very much so, because it was literally putting the kids out for Kansas. But there is the
I'm not
argument.
sure how much has come on.
Oh God, yeah, and there was just the argument also that when they played in the first game, you know, they were unlucky not to win that against a full strength Chiefs.
Yeah,
so
they were.
Big lover of Bo Nix and what he's done this season. Obviously,
We've got to bear in mind, first 5-6 weeks of the season, we were taking the piss out of Bo Nix for his negative yardage at halftime and stuff in games, and he wasn't doing anything like when it mattered in matches, and he's turned it around since then. Rest of the season, he's been really, really good, and he's on an upward curve in general, I think.
Yeah. When you say this is the argument for McCarthy, it's you come in, you play your first game. It's going to take a while to get used to being under the big lights and getting used to the playbooks, etc. Bo Nix is the perfect example of that. Like you said, first 4 or 5 games, he was Will Levis territory, wasn't he?
He had a blank canvas though, that Bo Nix. Yeah. Whereas they've built their system around him this year as it's gone on. Whereas at the Vikings, they've got their system in place, and McCarthy is going to have to come in and adapt to the system, which is why he was supposed to sit this year behind Darnold and learn it. And now he's going to have to sit behind someone next year and learn it when he's fit. So I expect McCarthy to not appear until like maybe week 10 next year, if at all.
But also, Nix is going to get a playoff game, so that'll be really good, valuable experience.
Yeah, but it's very rare for rookie quarterbacks to reach the playoffs. If they like come straight in and they've started week 1 and they've ended up in the playoffs, that's quite rare for a rookie quarterback. And to have 2 do it this season, that's pretty impressive. Okay, Seahawks 30, Rams 25. Literally nothing riding on this due to the Rams' strength of schedule, meaning that they're guaranteed to win the division.
Seattle, they've sacked their offensive coordinator, haven't they? Which I thought was a strange decision. I wouldn't say that's been their problem this year.
Seattle have been a strange team all season. They've won games I haven't expected. They've lost games I haven't expected.
They're like the Cardinals, honestly, so up and down.
Yeah.
But is it necessarily their offense?
I'm none the wiser about they've had 17 games. I'm none the wiser about how good the Seahawks are. Rams will be rested going into the playoffs. They pretty much rested everyone for the Seahawks game. So Jimmy Garoppolo played at quarterback. There's a blast from the past.
Man. Yeah.
Talking of handsome quarterbacks, Chargers 34, Raiders 20.
Not sure what to say
Chargers
about that.
wrapped up the 5th seed with this win.
Who's the attractive quarterback?
Chargers quarterback.
Yeah. No, who's the attractive quarterback? Are you saying it's Johnny Herbert?
Johnny
Herbert,
Herbert.
that's his brother.
Yeah. That's apparently why he hasn't been taken seriously. Everyone said he's too good looking to be a tough quarterback. And he gets loads of stick for it.
He's not had a bad season, really, has he?
He hasn't had a bad 5 seasons or whatever it's been. He's a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
And they've now got a winnable playoff game as well.
Which is Edgy, if you gone to your...
It's behind you.
It's behind you.
Other side.
Oh, Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
The man in the know,
Yeah.
Mr. Edge.
Thank you.
That's another reason why I was furious at us not beating the Bengals, because we would have got the 5 seed to play Texans, who I think that was the only opportunity for us to win a playoff game. I think.
Yeah. Possibly the worst team in the
They're in as
playoffs.
shit form as we are at the moment.
Yeah, they are the worst team in the playoffs, Texans.
I don't know. I think we might be at the moment, just on form as well. Okay, Dolphins at Jets. 32-20 to the Jets in what could be Aaron Rodgers' last game. He played really well.
Yeah, I think it could have been his last game this year.
Has there been any news on that at all? No.
Very, very quiet on Aaron Rodgers, and it looks like retirement could be the option he chooses. But let's not feel sorry for him, because if he wants to go and do anything he wants in NFL, he can do. You know, he can go pundit. He could go. I wouldn't necessarily have him going as a GM anywhere, but punditry would be probably a good thing for him, because he likes.
I know he talks loads of shite. I mean, I'm on about Aaron Rodgers here, not Daz. But I would kind of like to see him as a pundit, because so many of them are really bland, and I don't think he'd be bland.
Oh, can I just ask you your favourite? He's not a commentator, co-commentator. I know man. He's an ex-player. I know who man is.
Ever?
No, currently.
Tony Romo.
Okay.
I'd also
like Greg
go
Olsen
Tony
as
Romo.
well.
Greg Olsen's mine. Sorry, Edgy.
Yeah.
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo. Yeah, Romo's good, but I do like Greg Olsen. Yeah, I hope he does that, to be fair. But as Brady now not had to take a step back because of his commitment at Raiders.
Well, he's taken a step back from being boring to still being boring. I don't know what they've got. 10 years of this cunt on. Why didn't it occur to them to see if he was any good before?
Yeah, screen testing.
He took 2 years out to learn how to do it, but that doesn't mean he's got any personality at all.
No, that's true. Unlike the Gronk.
I was just going to mention him. I think he's
Gronk, one of the great actors of the modern era.
Of course.
If you see him in every fucking advert that is
terrible.
It's either him or Jason Kelsey. Every advert.
Yeah.
Okay, and the big game this week. Thank fuck this game existed, because there was so many pointless matches on.
Yeah.
The deciding game for number 1 seed and to win the NFC North. Lions 31, Vikings 9. Wrong game for Sam Darnold to go back to being Sam Darnold, wasn't it?
Well, he just won the playoffs. We're going to offer.
The beaten up Lions defense really put him under pressure as well, though.
They had 16 players on injured reserve, and it still felt as though they had the first team out.
It was quite close to the third quarter, though, wasn't it?
And Jamar Gibbs happened.
Jamar Gibbs just kind of accelerated away.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. But I've seen Sam Darnold getting some stick this week, and I'm going, don't knock the guy who got a 14-win season.
Exactly,
one bad game against the best team probably in the NFL. And that doesn't make him a shit player all of a sudden. But this was a statement victory by the Lions going into they're going into a bye week, but there was a lot riding on it. They had a very early bye week this year. I think it was like the first bye weeks. I think the Lions had a bye, which means they really need the bye week more than most.
especially with the injuries.
The
I
injuries
think
and just
they've
fatigue.
activated someone now. Just thinking of linebacker, and it showed all the staples and the stitches in his arm, forearm.
Anal zone.
No, it weren't him either.
Anal zone was back though, and he was fantastic.
Was he the one with all the stitches in the arm, forearm?
I think so. He's just back from injury, isn't he?
Yeah, okay, yeah. It was showing his injury and how they stapled it and stitched it. It was not on par with Alex Smith, mine, but yeah, nasty though.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, Edgy, if you've ever seen, if you want to watch something good, there's a documentary about Alex Smith, former Washington.
dude, where's my leg? It's called.
Yeah, and it
Alex
was
Smith.
gruesome. Alex Smith, yeah.
Random rookie roulette. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Random rookie roulette. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Random rookie roulette.
You know what? I haven't actually checked this week. I've got no idea if our rookies even played.
You know that mine did because you told me about it on draft night.
Oh, of course, yeah. Right. We'll start with Chop, as is tradition, as he's generally in third place at the moment, isn't he? But 3 tackles against the Jets, 2 solo, 1 assisted, no sacks. Another steady game for Chop.
Peyton Wilson ended up with 5 tackles, but not just any tackles. I think 4 of those were solo, and with that, because he did obviously 4 solos, he had an assist with that as well, an assisted tackle.
Fucking seamless.
Ricky P.
Oh, Ricky Pisshole.
I'm gonna shock you because
Oh yeah,
I don't know whether this has been covered a lot, but did you know that at the start of the season he was actually shot?
No.
what are we talking about now?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Ricky Pearsall. Yeah, so he missed a couple of games at the start of the season because he had a bullet hole in him. But I assume he still got the hole, but it's covered up.
Bollocks.
But as of so last week he had a really storming, I think you call it his breakout game, 141 yards on a touchdown. Didn't quite get up to those heady heights this week. However, he did take 6 completions from 8 attempts for 69 yards. And he also scored another touchdown.
But I think yet again, for another 5 tackle game, Peyton probably wins it again this week.
I agree. Just sneaks it, I think.
Yeah. It's a
That
tight one,
touchdown.
but it's probably the most competitive
That we've
week that we've had. But I think Peyton just about gets it. And
He needs the
obviously,
points to me.
that takes him back 4 clear at the top.
Yeah.
So he's won more than half this
Are any
week,
of our
this season.
any of them in the playoffs? Oh yeah, Peyton is.
Yeah.
So he's won then, hasn't he? Well, I know he'd won anyway, but you know.
He'll definitely, yeah. This is essentially the end of random rookie roulette on the grounds that 2 of our players are going to be in the postseason.
It's been a great little feature.
And also, it's been clear for at least the last 4 weeks who has won it. So, but I suppose we do need to congratulate Peyton Wilson on being the first, some say inaugural winner of random rookie roulette. So can we please have a round of applause for Peyton Wilson?
Next week's predictions.
Predictions time. Early before Daz got here, I said, I've got a brilliant idea for keeping the prediction competition going. Well, shall I reveal now what it is?
Please.
Oh, please do.
As it stands, I'm on
Oh, what a great
177
idea.
points.
What a good idea, G.
As it stands, I'm on 177 points.
Yeah.
Daz is on 185 points. Edgy's on 175 points.
Oh.
Now, those points, on each of your predictions, you can stake points against
Oh, okay. So I could go 175 on the Bills.
You can go
Let's go.
175 on one. We can't because you've got to put at least one on each of them.
All right, okay.
But you could put 170 on the Broncos. I'm just saying, what we'll do is we'll say who we think's going to win, and then we'll say how many points we're putting on our teams.
Yeah, what were the scores last week? Because Edgy sounds like he won a lot last week.
I won 12.
Ed, you got 12. You got 11. I got 9.
Oof.
You know, at the end of last week's, I said there's 4 there who I've backed, who I think are going to lose. All 4 of those lost. But Daz, you're still up first though.
Yeah, who's playing?
First game, Chargers at Texans.
Chargers.
And go straight in there.
Yeah, Texans are the worst team in the playoffs. Both divisions.
And I know you're not looking at it at the moment, Daz, but it did go bold.
Did it? Ooh.
I also agree that it's the Chargers.
I'm not conspiracy theorist.
I also think the Texans are potentially one of the worst 2 teams in the playoffs. So,
yeah.
I'm going to go with Chargers. Chargers as well. Are we doing this points thing then or not?
I was going to say we put them in the moment, and then we'll say how many we're going to stake on.
Right. Okay.
Each one.
Got you.
So all 3 of us think it's the Chargers. So we may still have a sexy 6. We just don't know yet.
More like a frisky 4.
The late game on Saturday. Steelers at Ravens.
Right, we're different on this time
this season.
Although this is going to be the ultimate test of your blind devotion, I think.
Yeah. You reckon? Well, I reckon this will only have 1 point riding on it.
With this game, you put me more points. This is like a guaranteed win for Chargers, I think.
Really? Okay, you put it, so Steelers at Ravens, winner is going to be the Chargers. It makes a change from the Texans.
Yeah. Who were actually in that other game that you've not gone for.
Yeah.
But if I don't know what points we're doing, but if I were going to waste my points, I'd waste my points on Chargers to beat Texans.
We're going to come back to the points, I think.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay.
Let's pick the results and then we'll come back.
Yeah,
okay. So at the moment, you've got the Steelers at Ravens. You've chosen the Chargers to win that one, yeah?
Yeah, because Texans are going to get beat, so they're going to come back in that game and get beat again. For that one,
so not only are the Chargers going to win the Ravens Steelers game, they're going to beat the Texans in the Ravens Steelers game.
And it's hard. It sounds far fetched, but I think it's going to happen.
Just to move this on, Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. Who's going to win?
Ravens.
Right. Thank you.
Or the Texans.
The Chargers, just like that, are relegated down to 3rd favourites. Oh, fuck's sake. Just copied and pasted the Steelers in is fucking not bold.
Oh, no.
Game over. You may as well send that to NFL and say, look, it's not come up bold. There's no point playing it.
Yeah, you call it off.
So you're going for Pittsburgh?
I've got to go for Pittsburgh, haven't I?
And I've got to go with the winners, so that's Baltimore.
Broncos at Bills. Edgy earlier said he could see the Broncos winning this, but let's see what Daz says.
Broncos versus
Bills.
Oh, you see, I know you two are going to go for Bills here, but I think so. But I think the Broncos are going to. This will be a close game, I think. But I do think Bills will win, so I'll go for Bills. But I don't think it'll be a blowout to the Bills. I think this will be a close game with a chance for the Denver Broncos to win it, but they'll fail.
All right, so you think like 1-score win for the Bills then?
I think 1 score for the Bills. Maybe 3-4 points, I think, on this.
Yeah, that's 1 score. I think the Bills will win more comfortably than that. Off essentially a bye week that they've just had.
Yeah.
And I think they'll win fairly comfortably against the Broncos.
Can't work out my tactics or my strategies here. Is it worth me going for the upset? Done with this point shit.
Join us next week on the Edges Challenge.
Yeah. No, I'm going to stick with my head and go Buffalo.
Yeah, they look like one of the teams to beat Buffalo, really.
In font news, none of those came up bold.
Mm.
Packers at Eagles.
Still got Eagles. If Jalen Hurts plays, it'll be an easy win. If he doesn't, they'll still win, but it'll be close.
I'd like the Packers to win this, but realistically, Saquon is on fire this season. He's just had a week's rest. The Eagles will win.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley will beat Green Bay.
And in bold. Now,
Right.
here's where it gets interesting.
Yeah, it says.
Commanders at Buccaneers.
Buccaneers are probably the best ones to play, so I'm going to go Commanders.
I think neither of these teams will win after this game, so it's going to be a good playoff game for one of them. This is tough. I don't see much between these two sides.
Normally.
It should be close from the first game of the season.
It should be. It's in Tampa Bay, which isn't the worst place to play away at. Got big shit. Well, Daz has gone Commanders. I'm going for the Buccaneers.
Ooh. Is that a spiteful vote because he went for Baltimore?
No, it's because I think this is quite a tight one to call.
I do as well. And to be perfectly honest, I'm going to share the view.
If it was out of spite, wouldn't have backed the Commanders to win any game this season.
I'm also going to go for Tampa Bay because I think JD5's a cunt.
Fair enough. And bringing up the rear, Brian. Vikings at Rams. Okay, we got a 14-win Vikings team at a 10-win Rams team, but one of those 10 Rams wins was against the Vikings.
And the Vikings weren't very good against the Bills last week.
Or the Lions, who they were actually playing.
Exactly that. I've been going against Donald all season. I think
you haven't. We went through this last week. Edgy said you were all but 2 games. You fucking picked them to win.
Rams. If everyone's fit but Rams, I think Rams win this game.
As far as I know, everyone's fit for the Rams because they listed them last week.
Yeah, I'm going to go Rams then.
Oh, it's gone in bold as well.
Oh yes, it's a given.
I love the last few weeks where font has been an important part of the prediction process. Despite beating the Vikings early this season, the Rams' offense seems to have fallen off the last few weeks. Their defense has improved, but the Vikings have been the better team over the season. And I think, even though it's Minnesota and they can fuck these things up in the playoffs, I think this is the one where they don't fuck it up yet. I will go for the Vikings.
I think I'm going to go with the Rams. I think that is a potential upset that I can see actually happening. So I'm going to go with the Rams.
All aboard the Ram Raid.
Yep. How many points are you putting on of your 185?
Out of my 185, I will put on. This should be done by envelope, by like blind bidding sort of thing.
Well, I was going to say that we could all type it into the Zoom chat at the same time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Nice one, Daz.
Yeah.
Why is it not working? Hold on a minute. Right. No, I've got one here. I'm not going to change it. How come you're only putting 3 points on it out of 170?
Well, I only want to put
There's other rounds, that's why.
Yeah.
Well, which means Daz has put 28 or something in.
No, I put what I've put in. But
Right, okay.
50, okay.
I'm just thinking, have I missed something out here? Yeah, I had 50. I thought, why have they only gone?
This was your idea to do it by Zoom. If I'd have known you were putting 50, I'd have put 52.
And also, you did wait a long time after.
No, because I thought I'd done something wrong when yours two's coming. I thought I've done it wrong, but I know, yeah, that's fine.
Well, maybe we've done it wrong.
Ah, that's a good point. We'll see.
I'm interested to see what we're going to all pick for this one.
Yeah, go on. Next one.
So hang on, I'm just putting them into the spreadsheet. Bear with me.
Because that for me is a bank at Chargers beating Texans.
Well, for your sake, I hope it is. Steelers at Ravens. I've gone for Steelers. You two have gone for Ravens. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, how's he going to be out of points soon?
So, but it's hold on a minute.
You do need some left for the other weeks. That's
Yeah, but if I win these both games, I've got 70 more points to play with.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the gamble, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Broncos.
Hang on, let me just do some math. Hang on. You've still
got some points left.
I've got 171 and I need 3 more. So that leaves me 168 points. Wonder what I'm doing on this one. Okay. Hang on.
Okay, so this is Broncos at Bills. We've all gone for the Bills. So on count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
I've gone 66. Daz has gone 15. Edgy's gone 75. Despite Edgy saying that this is going to be really close.
Hello.
Yeah, but I still think Buffalo are going to win. How many did you go for? 66.
Yeah. Clickety clunk, as the old bingo people say.
Right, hang on, let me just work this out now. So what have we got left?
I thought it was Smelly Nicks, 66.
79. Right, okay. What's the next game? The Philly game?
The next game is going to be Packers at Eagles. We've all gone for the Eagles. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. I've gone 20. Daz has gone 35. Edgy's gone 75. Edgy hasn't got many points left.
No, I know, yeah. That's right, don't worry about it. Hang on. So 20 for Greggles, 35 for Daz. So I need to work out how many have I got left.
No, there's 3 more rounds of playoffs after this. That's all. So if you run out, you run
out.
Yeah.
Edgy just thinks.
I was just thinking of this week.
You don't get 175 back next week.
You dick.
I was thinking that's how. What? Yeah, no, I do.
No, you don't.
Win them, right?
No.
If
you win,
yeah.
if say you won all your bets, you start next week with 350 points.
It's like the Antiques Roadshow.
Yes, I'm going to have nothing. Yes, I'm with you. Okay.
Next game.
Next game is Commanders at Buccaneers. So on 3, 1, 2, 3. I've gone 20. Edgy's gone 1. Daz has gone 5. Edgy suddenly realising he's nearly used all his points.
I wonder what my next one's going to be.
Hang on a second.
How many points have I got left?
Can I just say, Edgy's just sent me a message asking if he can borrow 35 points.
Yeah, and you said 20% interest, you tight cunt.
Okay, so there's one game left. Vikings at Rams. I've got Vikings. You two have got
20
Rams.
points left off. Do you know what?
Yeah, but it's unlikely you're going to get all 6 wrong, Edgy. Okay, so Vikings at Rams. I've got Vikings. You two have got Rams. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I've gone 37. Daz has gone 5. Edgy's used his last one.
No, I think you'll find I've got 19 points left if I've added it up correctly.
Can I just add here, on the last 2 votes, Dr. G has outpointed Edgy 57 points to 2.
Standard.
Yeah, but only if I win.
Oh, yeah.
So I should be okay. So, yeah. I thought I'd leave myself some points to play with for next week. So
I've got 19.
If it all goes very wrong, I've got 30 points left. If it all goes wrong for Edgy, he's got.
I'll have 19 left.
19.
Yeah.
If it all goes wrong for Daz, he's got loads.
Yeah, but we've gone for.
He'll still have 55 left. But it can't all go wrong for all of us.
No, exactly. So yeah, there's method in the madness. I don't know what the method was, but
as Aaron Rodgers would say,
the method seems to be if the Bills and Eagles don't win, you're fucked. That appears to be
pretty much
the method.
Yeah. Oh, just to let you know, Real beat Colwyn Bay. Sorry, Daz.
Get in, you
won by
fucker.
33 runs.
That's quite a lot, isn't it? How many runs in total did I get?
191, which I think is
Whoa!
the highest of
Good score.
last season.
Whoa!
Derwin Benyon, top scorer, 60 not out.
Derwin Benyon.
Yeah. Bumrah took 2
I
wickets.
honestly, I do not remember saying that name during the draft.
Yeah, he was
Old
Welsh.
Derwent Bunyan.
Worrying times, Das. Worrying times for
It
you.
is, yeah.
No. We're playing with
Test squads.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So you put a few of the reserves out, did you? Didn't it?
Yeah.
Did you put?
But
Did you do what the Bills do, and you put the reserves out?
Yeah. Did De Kock do anything?
He did 6 runs off 4 balls before he was bowled LBW by Greggles.
Yeah, bloody Greggles all eerie.
Yeah, you topped.
Did the blind lad do anything?
Well, yeah, I was going to say that he took 2 wickets, 2 for 37 runs off 4. He actually took 1 in your first match as well.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So he's not doing that
I
bad
just
for someone
remember.
who can't see.
I remember Van Halen just talking about him and just showing me a clip of him, and I went, I'm picking him first next year because it was so fucking funny just watching this guy bowl.
Yeah, he's got 3 wickets from 8 overs so far.
How many
not bad at all.
wides?
I don't think it tells me on the screen.
Oh,
74.
I think that's kind of what he does. He'll get wides or wickets, so very little in between.
You might have picked a gem there. You never know.
Well, first overall pick. It was either him or the Cleveland Browns defense.
I've heard that the Raiders are looking for him after the next season.
qbscpod@gmail.com.
He's keeping people like Ryan Leaf out of a job.
Who's Ryan?
But Ryan Leaf will be about 50 now.
Right, stop laughing. Stop.
Yeah, stop laughing.
Yeah,